Okay, we're live for 10 seconds. That means YouTube should respond any moment now. Oh, look at that. We're starting. We're starting, Ben. I think it's actually working. Ben, I think it's working.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god, I'm so
Okay,
excited.
we're
I
live
think
for
we're
10
actually
seconds.
live
That means
now.
YouTube should respond any moment now.
Oh, look at. Oh, it's actually working. All right. And we're back for the first time.
Back for the first time ever.
Yes, back for the first time. Certainly we didn't do 20 minutes without the audio working. My name's Jeremy. I'm from the Cheap Old Gamer. I have a little bit of my hair out because Ben called me a hippie for having long hair, so now I look like an emo twat instead. This is Ben Tolson. He's an old friend of mine. I used to make fun of him on another podcast. We're here to talk about video games and shit. Ben, why don't you tell the audience who you are?
I told him you had a rat-tailed dickhead.
I do have a rat tail right now. It's because I'm a Mexican, and Mexican people instinctively grow rat tails when they're released into the wild.
Great. What was the question again?
Tell the audience about yourself.
I already did that before.
They will never hear that.
Did you pull that audio back up?
There is no audio because it didn't record on my end either.
Great.
Yeah. So.
Let's see. Well, it all started back in the early 90s with a ColecoVision.
Okay, yeah. Let's skip some of the formalities and Ben, here, let's do this. I finally got the drone working.
Oh, great. Because this is relevant to people who weren't listening 20 minutes ago.
It's completely relevant.
Great. Should have got the train whistle.
It's not working.
Should have got the train whistle.
I should have got the train whistle.
Fucking
Anyways, so we're here to talk about video games and stuff. Ben gave us this enthralling story on how when he was young, he was touched by his uncle, who made up for it by giving him a copy of Duke Nukem 3D. And that copy of Duke Nukem 3D just inspired Ben to be the person he is today, which explains a lot because Ben is a horrible, horrible person.
Yeah, it's true.
It really is. Ben, no one will ever love you. Your girlfriend's there after your money. Which is funny because you don't have that much.
Yeah.
But I guess even poor people can get groupies.
Yeah.
And man, yeah, let's just dive straight in. Okay, so let's do lightning round of this. Ben, name 3 games that you've played in the last week.
Let's
name
see.
5 games that you've played in the last week because I have more than 3.
I've played Downwell. I've played Halo 2. I've played Blood and Bacon. That's pretty cool. I finally caught up with everybody else and played the Stanley Parable. That's pretty great.
3.
I've played Downwell, Metal Gear Solid 5, and then Devil Daggers, which is a point of congestion? Whatever.
Congestion.
It's a point of go fuck yourself
It's
between
a
the
point
two
of
of us.
congestion because we have a hard time breathing about it.
Yeah.
Because Ben's
We're
all
both-
butthurt that I'm beating him. Because I'm better at video games than Ben is.
By a lousy 4 seconds.
By a glorious force. I can't talk with vape in my mouth. By a glorious 4 seconds.
Jesus.
All right. So games that I've been playing. Man, we really are like zooming through this. This took like 40 minutes the first time, and here we are. We're at the 3.5 minute mark. So here I can embellish. So me and my fiance recently moved in, and we decided to have our housewarming party last night. And that's why I have a cooler full of beer next to me, which I showed Ben before we even started recording. That's neither here nor there. But last night for the party, we played a bit of Keep Talking and No One Explodes, which went amazingly. We played Jackbox Party Pack 2015 edition.
Boo.
No, the 2015's the old one. That's the one with Fibbage and Drawful and all the...
That's right. It is 2016.
Yeah, 2016's the new one that nobody likes.
Yeah.
Which I actually hear it's not bad. It's just not as good as the old one was. So I'll pick up that one when it goes on sale.
Gotcha.
And then, Gang Beasts, which
is awesome.
It not only is awesome, but like the new version of it has introduced some really weird physics, just fuck ups that I never saw in any of the old versions. Did you ever play Goat Simulator?
Yes.
You know how if you enabled anti-gravity mode and like weird.
If you did anything in that game, the physics went weird.
Would just like kind of flip out and spread and stretch. Yeah, I got that to happen in Gang Beasts last night.
Great.
Never seen that happen before.
Did you climb a ladder?
No, it was not climbing a ladder. It was just me trying to throw somebody and getting stuck on a piece of geometry. But
Great.
the best part is that since the entire game is built around the physics, your character freaking out like that meant that it changed their momentum.
Oh
So like,
God.
have you ever taken like a 2 gallon jug and like tried to slide it across the table, and how like when the water slushes back and forth, it kind of moves in like an oscillating formation?
Yeah, it'll stutter at first, and then when the wave kicks back forward, you get a bit of a
That's
boost.
how my character, who was having a spasm, flew across the screen looking like.
So player 3 is never returning to the game because they're now on a different continent.
Yeah, more or less. It was hilarious. And my fiance is surprisingly good at getting beat. She hates video games. Hates it.
Of course.
Hates it. So yeah, those are 3 games that I played last night. Another game that I played last night and every day is of course Smite. We didn't talk about this earlier, but Smite Season 3 just kicked in, and everybody's bitching about all the changes in Season 3, and all I'm thinking of is, I don't know how to build my favorite gods now, so every game I go into, it's just me getting just my face kicked in horribly, and every now and then I get a build that works, and I just wreck shop, and it feels so good, and then I don't save the build. Then the next time I go in and play, I just get fucked all over again.
Yeah, I played Smite once. I picked the character of your mother. Her house cleaning skills were too much, and
I mean,
I
she
got
is a
booted
god of
off the
house
server.
cleaning.
Yeah,
Yeah, she pwned shop.
yeah, I got booted from the game forever.
Yeah, that's for hacking.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's go ahead and roll on in to the stuff that we had just started talking about when our good friend Clifton Thomas advised us that our first stream didn't have any audio. Thank you, Cliff. This is for you.
Thanks for waiting 40 minutes to tell us that.
Eh. Let's make whale noises now for 10 minutes. No?
No.
Okay. So yeah. We were talking about the new Universal Windows. Oh man, UWP. What's
Platform.
man, platform? Yeah, I
Jesus
just
Christ.
explained it to you.
Jeez. Oh God, that's the wrong button.
Oh
I just
god.
put you full screen. That's not
Oh
good.
yeah, that's the sexy button.
No.
That is the sexy button. Let me put me. Oh no,
So
I just accidentally minimized myself in the stream. That's not good.
what
Everybody
is
came here
what
to
is
see me.
UWP for those idiots like me out there who don't know what it is?
So for all the Bens out there, UWP stands for the Universal Windows Platform, and it's a new initiative from Microsoft. I had just said that it was very reminiscent of the old Palm WebOS platform, where they have this grandiose vision where it is a write once, run anywhere.
One size fits all.
Yeah, type of coding. So theoretically, since everything, all the current products from Microsoft, Windows Phone 10, which nobody uses, which by the way, we didn't say this, but Ben, are you still real into gadget shit?
Kind of.
Did you see that new HP phone?
No.
It looks dank.
Okay. Is
Like,
that a good? Is it a good or bad dank?
is there ever a bad dank?
Yes.
No, there's not. There's not. Dank is never a bad term. Like it legitimately, it looks really good. I'm gonna actually stop. I'm gonna fact check on the podcast, which, as everybody who listens to Tested or Giant Bomb knows, is the best thing that you can do during a podcast.
Will Smith isn't on that podcast anymore.
He's not, and
He's a
it's
guest
sad.
host, and it's horrible. I'm sorry, Norm, but your show sucks now.
Norm, I do like the new science guy,
I, he's
but
okay.
but I don't listen to the show like I used to. I used to listen to that show religiously. Like that was up there with. Wait. Now we're getting way off in the weeds. Tested. You'll never hear this because I don't think I'm ever gonna be half as big as you. You have the fucking MythBusters on your show, but I still love you. I still love you even though Will left. Even though I stopped listening to Maximum PC to follow Will there, and now Will left me for a career that doesn't have podcasting in it. But whatever. Yeah, look this up. It's the HP Elite X3. Look it up right now.
Oh yeah, I think I did look that up.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Little, meh. It's a Windows Phone.
All right. Yeah, like I think it looks cool. Like
It looks like it's going to be the what the hell did
it's gonna be the
Motorola?
best phone on a platform that nobody uses.
It's going to be the Atrix for Windows Phone
It's gonna be the phone that I buy in 2.5 months when
from Cliff.
No, not even from Cliff. I'm just gonna wait for HP to do another fire sale when they jump out of it as fast as they possibly can.
I miss my touchpad.
They. Oh, I miss my touchpad. I miss my pre.
Yeah, I still have them.
I still have mine, but it obviously does not get used. Anyways, we are so far off in the weeds. Anyways, the UWP applications will be able to theoretically run on anything. So, Skype, for instance, the same version of Skype that they make for Windows Phone should be able to work on your Xbox One and on your PC and any other devices that they decide to bring, which I wouldn't be surprised if we see Microsoft try and do another like smart integrated TV like they tried 15 years ago, which
Great.
that went real well 15 years ago. But yeah, so that's the UWP, and there's like that actually sounds really interesting and could be really good for Microsoft, who hasn't been doing so great in the whole gaming scene lately. But at the same time, they totally fucked over the Windows implementation of UWP applications. So we were just talking about this when we were notified that our original stream didn't have any working audio, but the things missing on PC applications. Well, number one, you can only buy them through the Windows 10 store.
Yep.
So yeah, yuck. Nobody likes that store.
I
It's
don't.
actually full of spam.
I
Have
don't
you been in
buy
there?
any. No, I tried that once when that was the only way you could get Windows 8.1, and I never looked back.
So on the Windows 8, I think it wasn't the open beta. It was the second closed beta when they introduced that.
Yeah.
They actually had some pretty okay games in there, which I can now no longer find because it's full of shovelware and spam.
Yep. As you do with shit stores like this.
Yes, like it is bad. It is like this is gonna sound real mean, but it's like Google Play bad. As far like I'm looking at it now, I wish I could do a cool crossfade to my desktop, but I'm too scared to touch anything in fear that we may crash everything all over again. But yeah, no, it's not good. It's not a good store.
Who doesn't want to play solitaire with ads in it?
Who doesn't want 27 minion games?
I could do
Ugh.
that.
Wait, I forgot. I was being sarcastic, but then I remembered minions are only that big because every middle-aged housewife loves them for some reason.
And me.
And you like
Yeah.
minions, but you're a
Yeah.
horrible person, so you're not a
Yeah.
good source of anything.
Hey, look, Crossy Road's free.
Yeah, I already got that on 2 other devices.
Yeah.
Right. Here it is, since you didn't hear it the first time. Refreshing. This is Yingling number 4 since me and Ben have sat down.
Great.
Yeah.
We wonder why shit broke in the beginning.
Yes, because I haven't done a live stream in a year and a half. Anyways, so yeah, we were just talking about things that were not so awesomely missing from the PC version, like, access to root files, which meant that you couldn't install things like mods on your PC games. Or, you couldn't disable VSync, which meant that if you were using a high-end monitor that either used the NVIDIA G-Sync or AMD's FreeSync technology, you couldn't use it because the monitor needs to have the application have VSync disabled. And all those games have it enabled and forced on with no way for you to change it.
Yep, because it has to be a unified app that'll work on everything. And if you start adding in options to change stuff, it breaks things because some of these things are meant to run on tablets. And as we've seen with other Windows tablets, they're garbage.
No, tablets are cool, man. Who doesn't love tablets? Like, tablets.
Windows tablets.
Yeah, man, Windows tablets, man, it's cool. It's like, you can run Office. I just love how every time Microsoft talks about, like, how they're taking their platform everywhere, it's like, it can run Office.
You know what else had Office?
No one cares.
WebOS.
No, they did, didn't they? Oh, this
It,
is just
it, it always
WebOS
comes back.
podcast. I bet you that we're gonna end up having Cliff watching every single episode we end up recording just because there will be a WebOS
Welcome-
reference. He'll
welcome
be like,
to
"Oh my god, I got that."
Welcome to Pre-Central.
What was the other WebOS roundup?
Yeah, I was a part of that for a while. The forums, not the show.
I don't think I was ever on any of those podcasts. We should get Ryan on.
No, yeah.
He doesn't play games, but we should get Ryan St. Andre on.
He plays Ingress.
He he okay. How far into the weeds can we get on this? Who cares? It's my show. He got me to play Ingress for a while, and he was so excited. Like he threatened to come down and kick my ass because we only live 45 minutes apart from each other. He's up in Orlando, I'm down in Tampa. He
Hmm.
threatened to drive down and kick my ass if I didn't pick the same faction as him. He was like up and down, I will disown you. We won't ever associate again. I will come down there. I will kick your fucking ass. This, that, and the other. Because I'm a cyclist. I live in Florida. I have, you know, 12 months of sun. We don't get snow down here, so it's fun to ride your bike everywhere. And he was just so excited because on Ingress it meant that I'd be able to stop everywhere and just get all the points for his faction and do this, that, and the other. I played it for a little bit and I was like, man, this sucks. Like it's. I tried to play it one time going home. My normal cycle home was 15 minutes. It took me an hour and a half to get all the things in my area and make it home. I was like, I'm not doing this every day. I'm not doing this once a week. I'm gonna go home and play a real game.
Is English on the Windows Store?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think anything's on the Windows Store.
Gears for War is on there.
Yeah, Gears of War is on there, which I don't know where my news docket is, but I think we
It's
just
the very
skipped
next
ahead two
topic.
stories.
Nope.
Well, then in that case, then awesome segue.
Yeah, thanks,
Not a good
Dick.
segue unless it's pointed out.
Yeah.
Damn it, Ben, you're good at that. I didn't even pick it up on it. But yeah, Gears of War was the big UWP unveiling, and apparently it sucks and is broken.
Which is unfortunate because that's another game I never got to play on the Xbox.
Do you own any consoles right now?
No.
And yet, you still okay. Um,
What?
I would say since you got Halo 2 working, right?
Yeah.
The Windows Vista version of that.
Yep.
There's also a Vista version of Gears of War. If you can dig that up, I'm sure you can get that working as well. I'm not even being sarcastic. But yeah, so apparently this game has all sorts of issues. There's 101 one-star ratings currently in the
102.
102. So another one-star rating came in the last 3 seconds. How many
Surprisingly,
5 stars do you have?
203.
203. So that means that my calculation right now in this horribly official poll, the 1 stars are going to overtake the 5 stars any moment now.
Yeah. Can't
Yeah.
wait to play Classic in 4K.
I love how there's people saying, I can't wait to do this. I haven't even done it yet, but I'm going to give it 5 stars.
Well, this one's a 4.
Whatever. Fuck you, Ben.
Shut up.
Yeah, the big issue with the game was that, number one, first and foremost, this 50 gig, which. Gears of War is 50 gigs. What the shit? That game's 15. Like, I know that they have 4K textures in there, but what the shit? 15 or 50 fucking gigs?
52.8.
That is huge.
That's insane.
Yeah, like I'm gonna check GTA because I don't even think GTA was that big.
GTA 5.
It was close. It was real close, but I don't think it was 52 gigs.
65.
Okay, so I was wrong.
It's also like 1,000 times bigger.
Yeah, it's also an open world game. Let's check Just Cause 3. See how big the install is on that. Oh,
That's it.
fuck, I hit the wrong button. Well, let's check the land, air, and sea.
I almost typed in Just Cause 334, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah, let's check Just Cause 334.
No, Just Cause 34.
Yes, let's check 54
Which-
gigs. So, Gears of War is up there with PC games that are open world, modern games in size and scope, apparently.
For a
Except
run
for
and gun
Valkyrie.
cover shooter.
Yeah. I mean, it was a pretty game back in the day. There's no reason for it to be that size,
No.
even if they do have 4K textures in there. Like, I would say maybe 40 gigs with the 4K textures because it's
But-
not even a particularly long game either. Like, I think it was like, what, a 6-hour campaign?
Something like that. It was bad.
I mean, the campaign was actually, I love the campaign, but that's neither here nor there. Let's get out of this. I should probably pull up the window so that way I can see what we're looking at. But yeah, that came out. There was a myriad of issues. First and foremost, the Windows Store apparently had a bug where when it was trying to download the game, it would just sit at 0% and then start throwing up errors.
Cool.
Yeah, that was awesome. You can enable VSync or disable VSync, which we already talked about a moment ago or earlier, or who cares. Um, and then, did you hear about the actual performance issues?
No.
Apparently, anybody who was running anything over an HD 7000 series Radeon card, and then most 970 or higher NVIDIA cards, just had horrible, horrible graphical fuck ups just everywhere.
So people running the recommended cards were getting boned. That's
People
awesome.
running 980 Ti's at 1080p were having horrendous frame drops and textures not loading in, and the scene just looking like a seizure. Which is, I mean, it's horrible. Like, a 980 Ti is arguably right now the most powerful DirectX 11 card on the market, with the exception of the Titan X. And even then, they're within what, a 5% performance margin of each other.
Something like that.
Yeah, 6 gigs of VRAM, fast as shit, and it's just a stuttery fucking mess. It's unacceptable. Like, I know that games are hard. Like, I've done some programming. It's hard. It's real hard. Game development's even worse. Like, I don't know if you remember this back in the day. You could develop games on your PC on your own time and then push them to your Xbox 360 without needing to own a dev kit.
Nope.
I developed 3 games. None of them I ever got working outside of the test environment. Yeah, games are hard, but even still, we're talking about Microsoft doing their flagship fucking game for, like, this new platform that they're trying to push on people. And it doesn't work. Sucks.
GG.
Oh, yeah, you added in the fact that it doesn't have SLI support. Did we already put that on? Did we mention that, or was that on the first one? This
No,
is
that
already
was on
recorded.
that was on neither. Thanks for reading my comments.
No problem. Yeah, but no, no, that's really good to bring up. There's no SLI support or Crossfire support. So, Ben, can you name a card that could run any moderately recently released game at 4K without being in SLI or Crossfire?
No.
Exactly. Uh, um, it's so bad. The performance and everything else is so bad, and then the kerfluffle with the UWP platform has been just such a mess that even fucking Tim Sweeney, founder of Epic Games, has come out against the platform. Did you hear about this?
No.
God damn it, Ben. I give you 30 seconds of notice, and you don't do any of the recommended reading. Yeah, long story short, he just talked about how a platform like this, going over some of the stuff that we talked about earlier, just it being locked down, being completely controlled by Microsoft. Like, a developer doesn't have the opportunity to sell this on their own site or have control of it. Like, anything developed on this platform you won't ever find on Steam, Origin, or Good Old Games, which is kind of like, the bread and butter for PC gamers. Like, that right there is
Uh,
the holy trinity, those 3. Can you name another service
what?
on PC where you get your games from? I mean, like,
Um,
there's Disgaea or whatever it is.
it's GOG.
Yeah, that's Good Old Games. I still call it
Oh,
Good Old Games. They changed the name 2 years ago.
yeah, whatever. No, I don't think there's anything else out there. There's a bunch of indie ones, but nothing really worth noting.
Yeah, I mean, Amazon, but most of those usually open up as GOG keys or Steam keys.
Yeah.
And that's about it. And now Microsoft is Microsoft is like trying really hard to elbow these people out. And Tim Sweeney, the guy who helped found the company that made Gears of War, is saying, nah, bro.
Yeah,
Um,
there's a pretty good write up on the Guardian that I was just kind of poking through where they're talking to him about why he thinks it's a bad idea.
I mean, he had a lot of really good points about it, and it is
Oh
a
yeah,
scary nightmare future. Pretty much the way it sounds from his explanation, like just the 1,000-mile overhead view. Microsoft is trying to get an iron grip on the PC, like Apple has on the iOS platform, and he does not see that as being healthy for PC. And I tend to agree because that's the reason that PC is as great as it is. Like, the PC platform has its problems, but the fact that you can do anything on your PC that you want and anything that you want to the applications that you own is what makes it great.
yeah. If you want to make a game with 1,000 watermelons falling all over the place, like in Skyrim, you can do that,
Yeah, if you want to, spawn 10,000 wheels of cheese at the top of a hill and just send them all rolling down, like in Skyrim,
and then
you
never
can.
play the game again.
Because you can't, because it won't fucking load. You can. Plus, what's there to do after the watermelon waterfall?
Yeah,
Um, yeah, so like all this news is coming in the wake of Microsoft's big event. I guess their pre E3 event. Like, is that like a good way to put it?
yeah, I guess.
Because I mean, they're probably gonna have another event before E3. Do you think?
I would hope so.
When
They're,
when's E3 this year?
I have no idea.
We don't have to go to this, so it doesn't register on our radar. Like, I will sit at home and I will get to watch all the press conferences while I'm eating ice cream. Oh man, I need to get some ice cream.
E3 2016, June 14th through the 16th.
There it is. So, actually, we're in March already, right?
Yep.
Yeah, no, they probably won't have another event. So this is their pre E3 thing for
Yep.
Q1, Q2.
They announced that. They announced Forza. Uh, I think there's a weird title to it. It's not
Forza
Forza 6.
Forza 6 Vertex, not
No.
Vertex. Jesus Christ, Apex,
Yeah, Apex.
Apex, and it's
It's a free to play PC version. It's not going to have anywhere near the amount of cars that any of the other games have had. You're going to get a curated list of what they're calling the favorite cars from all the other series.
Which I mean, Forza 6 is what, a year and a half old at this point.
I don't know. I've never
When
played.
when when did the Xbox One come out?
2014, something like
Okay,
that.
that's when Forza 6 came out. So, I mean, I don't know why they didn't do a full port, but I can understand them not wanting to put the effort into a full port when you're that close to.
In-app purchases, dude.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can all put it in later on.
yeah. But
Thanks
I
to
read that they weren't planning on that.
yeah,
Like, from what they were saying, it's like, it's very limited. Like, they're going to have an expanded purchase, but, like, they're not going to introduce all the laps or all the tracks and everything else that was in the old one.
yeah, which is a lot of fun.
Also,
Um,
they didn't mention drivatars at all, which has me really upset.
I don't know what that is.
It's an avatar that is a driver.
Uh,
Come on, man. Microsoft Cloud. You seriously
uh,
don't know what that is?
no,
Oh, man. I thought you were being sarcastic.
no.
When they were introducing the Xbox One, Microsoft was talking all this mad shit about how the Microsoft Cloud was going to revolutionize gaming, and it was okay that they didn't have as powerful a console because they had the cloud, and the cloud was on their side, and the
Oh,
cloud it could make a drivatar,
is this what they're
which
talking about the Crackdown stuff as well?
is similar to the Crackdown stuff. It's using the same technology, but what your drivatar would do would be that the game would be constantly watching you as you played the game, learning how you played, so learning your routes, learning your aggression, and everything else. So that way, when your friend logged in and played, it would pull all the people on their friends list and their extended friends list, so like friends of friends and
Yeah.
followers and stuff, and pull them in, and then their drivatars would be what would show up in your game that you're racing against.
God, I hate that word.
Drivatar.
So you could be driving like a dick even though you're not playing the game.
Yeah, yeah. Pretty
Great.
much, what I heard it boiled down to in low level play was when you got a bunch of drivatars from fellow players. As soon as the race would start, it would be everybody just crashing into each other, trying to bump everybody else off the road.
Patting each other in the rear.
Yeah. Oh man, I just realized my really untasteful joke from earlier didn't get aired.
Okay, that's probably better.
Yeah, it's probably for the best. But yeah, that's coming out. How do you feel? Are you gonna try Forza?
No,
Forza.
I actually had the opportunity to play some Forza a couple weeks ago. It was Forza Horizon 2 um, back on the 360 while I was out at an event, and the couple hours that I was there, it was rather boring. It's pretty much a nice game where you drive around and look at some pretty stuff, do a couple challenges, and then give up.
Were you ever big into racing games?
I played Gran Turismo 2 quite a bit. That was the PS2 one, right?
Yeah.
Or no,
No, no, no.
was it?
Two came out on the PlayStation.
Oh, GT3 is what I'm talking about.
Is it? Wait.
Yeah,
No, no.
GT3 was on the
Two came out
PS2.
on the. Yeah. No. Yeah. I never owned a PlayStation,
It
so.
was GT3 that I played quite a bit. Never got the licenses, but I somehow managed just to get a couple cars and complete a lot of the races in that.
And the only Forza game that you played is
Horizon 2,
Horizon 2. Okay, so the Horizon games are
arcadey
closer to Burnout Paradise than Gran Turismo.
without the speed.
Yeah. Um, the regular Forza games are they are more Gran Turismo than Gran Turismo knows how to Gran Turismo.
Okay,
And Sony lovers are going to be mad at me if I say that, but I used to love the old Gran Turismo games. Yes, I know I just said I never owned a Sony console. I still played the shit out of Gran Turismo. My cousin had Gran Turismo 3, and me and him worked to unlock every single car in that game. My old youth group had Gran Turismo 1 and 2, and once again, I bought a memory card just for that game so that way I could have the cards. Didn't own the console. Had a memory card so that way I could play through the game.
yeah, I've done that before.
Yeah. So I loved me some Gran Turismo and Forza 3, the first one on the 360. Yeah, because Forza 1 and 2 were on the original Xbox. Forza 3 was my jam. I think I put like 250 hours into that game or
Good
something
lord.
like that. Yeah, no, dude, you could get if you like Gran Turismo, you would probably honestly like a regular Forza game. I don't know how I feel about this one.
Gotcha.
Just the fact that it's such a limited selection, and I don't know if they're gonna have like all the gearhead tweaking and everything else in it. If they do, I'll probably give this game a spin. I mean, I'm gonna try the game no matter
Yeah,
what. But if they don't have all the nitty gritty stuff that you can do in a Forza game, even on the free level of it, I'm not. It's not gonna stick. You know, I'd rather go play Project Cars at that point. Which have you played Project Cars?
nope.
You need to play you some Project Cars. You need to upgrade that video card, upgrade that monitor, and then play some Project Cars. And the only reason I say that is because you need to upgrade that video card before you play Project Cars. I need to upgrade my video card before I play Project Cars, and I have an overclocked 390.
Is Project Cars the one where the guy was talking about how you could get so close to the car that you could practically smell the leather seats?
No, something that pretentious had to have been said by Microsoft or Sony. So that was either Gran Turismo or more likely Forza when they had that connect shit where you could do this and move your head and connect would move with you.
Mm.
Man, the connect. They should bring that back. It's funny because the original Connect was introduced kind of as like an upgrade for the original Xbox. Kind of to try and extend not the original Xbox. Holy shit, Xbox 360 to try and
Yeah.
extend the life of it. And now Microsoft is potentially, possibly, maybe talking about doing that some more with the Xbone. Did you look into this at all, Ben?
Nope.
All right. So I'm glad I tried to hand that off to Ben. Uh, so I think it was Phil Spencer was talking at the Xbox event this week where they showed stuff like all the shit that we've talked about so far this episode. This is a very Microsoft heavy episode, but also Quantum Break. I think that's what the big press tour was for. But
Yeah.
they were talking about how they don't like the fact that they're tied to a single hardware spec.
Oh, yeah, with like the possible revisions
Yeah,
of
possibly
of the
doing the.
Xbox.
I think they referred to it as like the iPad. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know if they refer to it like this or if it's just other publications that have been picking it up. But it's been referred to as like the iPad model, where every year or so, they would release a new revision and then, better specs but still be compatible with older apps. So,
Yeah.
backwards compatibility but not necessarily forwards compatibility after
And
a
at
point.
and at some point, you'd be, you'd be at such a choke point that you'd have to upgrade.
Yeah. Uh, ben, do you own. What was the last console that you owned?
I had a PS3.
Okay. How do you feel about this?
Uh, I don't know. I kind of sold my PS3 because I was done with console games, as the PS4 had come out and you know been a little disappointing. And I sold that for, sadly, I sold that for money to buy a Blu-ray player, which I actually kind of already had for the PS3. But I figured,
Oh boy, Ben.
I didn't want any more. It was not being put to use. It was only being used as a Blu-ray player. So I figured, why not just get a Blu-ray player and be done with it?
Did you already had a Blu-ray player?
Yes.
Ben, I still have my Xbox 360. I stopped playing my Xbox 360 3 years before the Xbox One came out.
Mm-hmm.
I still have my Xbox 360 because it's my DVD player. You want to know why? Because it still fucking works,
Because you
Ben.
like using a controller for
I don't give a
media
shit.
playback.
I don't give a shit. I figure if I buy a new console, then I'll eventually get a Blu-ray player. Because if
Yeah.
not, my Roku's doing just fine.
Yeah, I bought a Samsung to go with my TV, and now I just have one remote to do both, the Blu-ray player and the
You
TV.
sound like my ex-roommate who bought a TV and a Blu-ray player without any of my input, which is never a good idea. If you ever need to buy tech stuff, you just call me up. I'll come out with you. You just have to pay me in a case of beer, and I will get you the best thing for your money, guaranteed.
Should I buy a Dynex?
Yes.
All right.
Are you talking about my shitty keyboard?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. I use a Dynex keyboard because my old keyboard broke, and I needed a keyboard. That was 10 years ago. It still works. I haven't replaced it.
Great.
I mean, I have gaming keyboards that I use for when I'm in game. So what the fuck do I care if my typing experience isn't ideal because it's not the right amount of clickiness? I like mechanical keyboards, but
Yeah.
go suck a dick, keyboard elitist. Yeah.
Dead air. Gotta love it.
But yeah, so man, we went off the rails hard. Yeah, Microsoft is talking about doing somewhat regular updates. Do you think that would go off? Or, what do you think Microsoft would have to do to make that work?
In the gaming market, I don't think that's going to work. I don't think people will want to spend $300 to $400 every year to buy a new system, or because some people buy a system and it's their system forever. Like you with your 360. I mean, great, you don't play games on it anymore, but you still have it.
And it is a launch 360.
Oof.
Yeah. It's only been replaced 7 times.
Yeah. But still, like, I don't think people are going to want to do that. I mean, people buy computers and use them for years and years and years until they, inevitably die.
Yeah, but gamers don't do that. Gamers rebuild their computers, new video cards
PC
coming out.
gamers,
Yeah,
console people buy a console and have it for 7 to 10 years.
that's true.
I don't
But
think
but
they're.
console players, oh yeah, never mind.
I mean, Xbox people will have to replace their console every couple months because the 360 was a piece of shit, but that was back then. I don't think the problems have transferred to the Xbox One.
I actually hear that both consoles this generation, hardware-wise, are pretty reliable, so that's good.
That's good.
Um, I think that it has the possibility to be interesting, and as a PC gamer, I'm actually really kind of excited about it.
Yeah, if they could do it right, great. Do I think they're going to do it right? No.
Yeah, I want them to,
Mm.
but at the same time, I think Microsoft's fucking everything up with the UMP platform, so that kind of kills the reason that I want it to work. I mostly want it to work because the biggest issue for most PC games and PC gamers is that if you have a relatively higher end PC, most games don't take advantage of the hardware that you have in there
Mm.
if they're a console port. Because like even the best console ports just are built with a Jaguar CPU GPU combo in mind, which if you're a PC gamer you know what that is. If you're a PC hardware nerd, you know what that is. It's an old AMD APU platform, which when it was originally released 2 years before the new consoles even came out, it was kind of at the time, and then they cut it out at the kneecaps and then put it in consoles and then said, new gaming consoles, we're going x86. And
Wasn't the 360 based off of like a 9700 Pro Radeon card?
it was based off one of the Jaguar APUs. So here's the crazy thing about the two consoles. Everybody talks about the PS3 or PS4 being so much better all around. The PS4 has a better memory subsystem and a better GPU. The CPU on the Xbox One is actually way I don't want to say way, but I would say 10 to 15%, which I guess is pretty significant, more powerful than the CPU in the PS4. It's just none of the games are CPU limited that you ever get on a console, so it doesn't do them shit of good.
Hmm.
There's your hardware nerd stuff. Hooray.
Speaking of PS4 and PC stuff like that,
Oh man, No Man's Sky's coming out.
No Man's Sky's coming out.
Um, are you
I'm on the
excited for this game?
yes and no.
Fuck you.
Yes, because I like the idea that it's Minecraft in a way where you're gathering resources to build something bigger. There's actual goals in this, not just hey, dick around for 4 hours and build a giant throbbing penis machine. Um, you're actually building upgrades for your ship, to getting warp capability. What I thought this was going to be a little more like multiplayer focused, as they were saying that like the universe is going to be infinite in span, and you'd be claiming planets as your own as you're the first person to ever get to those across the world. But now they're like, you might not run into people ever in this game, and that was kind of a letdown. Like I kind of like the idea of maybe getting a bunch of people together and flying off in one direction looking for something new to do.
So, I had never, I don't know, if the messaging I got was different or just the fact that I kind of half pay attention to anything that comes out. I totally saw this game as like a solitary sort of thing. I never had, the grand multiplayer experience in mind. So maybe that just wasn't an expectation of mine to be let down on. I have been hearing a lot that the messaging early on was not necessarily wrong, just that it was so vague it let people kind of run wild with their imaginations
Yeah,
on
I
it.
understand. Like the scope of this project is insane, and it's probably changed 1,000 times.
Yeah.
And them being so upfront with some details, but held back with a lot of others, does lead, in fact, to people running wild. With their own speculation, thinking this is going to be like this kind of game, but
Like a
it's in
massively
reality not.
multiplayer Minecraft in
Like I've
space.
seen a lot of like uh, a lot of comparisons to something like just one of those plain survival games like Ark or uh, uh, what is it, Daisy, something like that, but
Daisy,
without the extra
Don't
people in
Starve.
there. Don't starve. Yeah, something where you're just trying to survive. You're just trying to pick up items to make something better to move on to the next planet. Um, you know, just with nobody else in the game.
See, I've been wanting to play this game as a space biologist
Mm.
because, wherever you go, you can catalog not just the planet, but the new species and stuff that you find on it. And secretly, I've been wanting this to be Space Genocider. Because the way I'm going to play the game is anytime I run across a new species, you get to name it. So I'm going to name it Penosaurus Rex, Cock Gobbler 5000, stuff like that. Everything's going to be penis related. But anytime I come across a planet that has creatures that have already been named by somebody else, I'm going to kill every single one of them. Because one of the things that does carry over, even though you can't interact with people directly, is that if you wipe out a species, it's wiped out for everybody.
Yeah,
Nobody will ever be able to find that again. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to kill everything that I don't get to name. So it's going to be Space Genocider for me. And I'm
you know,
so excited to do that. I don't know if
yeah,
that makes me
like
a bad person.
no, I'd love to, play this as an astronaut. Be the first motherfucker to see a new galaxy, or find a new life form, and then
Eat
fuck it.
fuck.
And people be like, there he goes, homeboy fucked a Martian once.
Oh my god, I love that. I love that we both said and fuck it at the same time. I mean, I'm really excited. I don't know why. Just I guess because of its indie roots, I was expecting the game to not be full price.
Yeah, that's another thing that's holding me back from it. $60 is a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some potential ways to get a hold of it, refund it, and then keep playing it like a true dirtbag.
But no, I'm not gonna advocate for that.
No, I'm not either. But like,
Yeah.
honestly, that might be a path I take. I'm gonna, be the asshole on that part,
You're a dirtbag.
because buying a game that much, I might play it for a week or two and then be done with it, and that's, a lot for $60.
Yeah, you say that, but then there's games like Smite, which is like Smite is like free to play, and I've put how much money or how much time have I put into Smite, Ben?
Too much,
Ben, how much time? Ben, how often do you see me log into Steam and then just see that Jeremy is now playing Smite?
constantly.
427 hours, and I've only been playing since this last August.
That is recorded.
What?
That is recorded.
That I've played that much? Oh, that I've recorded that much playtime.
Yeah, game time, gameplay is never accurate.
Oh yeah, not to mention that I was playing the game 3 months before it became available on Steam.
Yeah, Steam doesn't
So
track games very well.
I mean, 10 to 1, I'm probably right around 600 hours at the very least
Jesus.
in 7 months. So I'm almost at 100 hours a month because I started playing right at the end of August. I started playing 2 weeks after my birthday.
Yeah. Like, I know I've put more than 63 hours into Metal Gear Solid 5. I've probably put about 80 or 90 in there, and I'm still nowhere close to beating the game.
Yeah. Like I feel like No Man's Sky is the type of game that I could play for like 200 hours,
Yeah.
and I will probably play it for like 3, 4 weeks and then just never come back to it.
There was a Kickstarter for it, right?
I can't remember.
I think I may have seen that. And I think if that was the case, I might have wanted to get in on that level, so I could have gotten it for a little cheaper, like I
You
did with
didn't, and
Minecraft.
now you're a toolbox.
Like I did with Minecraft, I picked that up when it was still, a 0 point,
Oh yeah.
four zeros,
Did
alpha
you
like
did you
that.
start after the free Minecraft weekend?
No,
Do
I
you
actually
remember the
paid.
free Minecraft weekend?
No.
There was a bug that enabled the full client to be downloaded for by anybody in the early alpha stage for free,
Uh-huh.
and you just downloaded it and you had the full game. And they found the issue right away, but they said, "Hey, since everybody has it for free now, we're just gonna let you guys keep playing it, and then we're gonna turn that off come Monday, and then push out an update. And when the update goes through, you won't have the full version anymore. So
Right.
consider this just a free weekend. Have fun."
Yeah. I think I paid like $13 for it, and I'd be okay paying like maybe 25 at the most for No Man's Sky.
I don't know. I paid $40 for the Witness, and I'm really loving that still.
Yeah,
You
that'd
know,
be that I'd have to get a console and rent that, you know, overnight and play it and go, all right, I've had enough.
which one, the Witness or No Man's Sky?
The way, well, actually, both of them probably.
I mean, you're a PC gamer. You could buy it, and if you don't like it after an hour, return it.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
Instead of being a scumbag and buying it and then returning it and then putting yourself in offline mode and then continuing to play it on a separate system,
Yeah,
you dick box. Just never re-enable that account. But don't do that. That's bad. Bad people do that. Don't be a Ben. That's what I tell kids. My goddaughter. Well, actually, I can actually tell what she really is on this podcast because I'm sure people will get it. My science daughter was over last night at the housewarming, and I looked at her in the eye and I said, "Sweetie, I love you. I'm gonna do everything I can to help you grow up to be a wonderful person. Don't be a Ben."
yeah, whatever.
And she said, "Ben is a douchebag." And then we high-fived, and then we played with my dog.
Great.
Yep.
And she kicked your ass in Gang Beasts.
My fiance kicked my ass in Game Beast. My science daughter is only 3. She was having a hard time. She played Goat Simulator for about an hour.
There you go.
She loved every second of that. Yeah. So I mean, I think that's all the big news from this week. Can you think of anything else that's happened?
Nope.
Any big releases coming up that you're excited about?
Um, Other than potentially No Man's Sky, I think that's about it.
Oh, I mean, the Division's out next week.
Eh,
What was
it's
that?
it's. I'm seeing a lot of like people saying that it's just Destiny for you know PC people.
Yeah, but I mean, if they pull off the Destiny loop and actually have more content than Destiny, is that really a bad thing?
No, that's actually a lot better than Destiny did because that's apparently a pretty boring loop there.
Yeah. I mean, apparently they just didn't have enough content. Did you play either one of the betas?
Nope.
So, I did. I played the open beta. This is hilarious. I played it for about 2 hours. The gameplay for what I played was really kind of tight. Like, it wasn't bad. It
Yeah.
felt good. Ubisoft, they know how to make a shooter. But the vast majority of my game time was spent running from vehicle to vehicle, slamming doors shut,
Great.
recreating that E3 scene. So I'm
You know
not.
the important stuff.
Yeah, and no, I'm working on a video about closing doors in that game. So I got I think it was just shy of 90 minutes. I think it was like 85 minutes of footage of just me running up and closing car doors, just repeatedly closing car doors.
Can't get enough B-roll.
It's all B-roll with me, baby. Um, so Ben, I guess tell the people on the internet where they can find you if they want to follow you.
You can check me out on Twitter at the Tolsonator. Um, you can also check me out on another thing I do, something for the kids. I participate in Extra Life every year. And for those of you not aware of that, that is a gaming-based charity where we get together a bunch of people playing games for 24 hours, raising money, kind of like what you'd see something like Relay for Life. But instead of walking laps, we're playing games, which is a lot more fun because it requires no physical movement whatsoever. And if you're interested in seeing more about that, you can find me at extra-life.org/participant/ubergeek.
And I went ahead and put the link in the description of this video. So if you want to go support the kids with Ben, you can do that from there.
Thank you.
Ben, did you see the video I made last year? Or not last year, 2 years ago? Uh, we missed Extra Life, but we still put up a 24-hour video. Did you ever see that?
No, I did not.
I played when the Halo Master Chief Collection came out.
Oh boy.
I played every Halo game nonstop, back to back to back.
That sounds like fun.
Oh, it was horrible. And my co-op partner literally passed out at one point. So it's me sitting there drinking because we bought a 24-pack of... Somebody thought it would be a good idea to buy a 24-pack of High Life and try and drink that while we went through 24
Yeah.
hours. I had the shits the next day, don't worry.
Yeah, as you do.
As you do when you drink that much High Life. Yeah, at one point it's me playing Halo... The second half of Halo 2... just with this pissed off fucking look on my face because my co-op partner's just standing staring at a wall and you hear snoring in the background and it's just me just, oh, god damn it, so pissed off. We made it all the way to almost the very end of Halo 4 when eventually we just said fuck it, we're at 23 and a half hours, we're done.
Yeah, as you do.
Halo 4 was my least favorite as a.
Didn't
as
play
a
that one
fact.
either.
If they changed the enemy design.
Great.
That is all I can say. Like, if you're a big Halo fan, you played a lot of Halo 1, 2, and 3, and you were real big on the single player in Halo 1, 2, and 3, the first time you see a grunt, you'll say, "What the fuck is that?" And then you shoot it.
Cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's it. Thank you for tuning in, the one person that was here for 2/3 of the live stream. Hopefully more of you will check out the recorded one. And let us know if you like this. If you did, we might do it more often. Bye.
See ya.
Okay. We're off. Oh, so what'd you think of that?
That was rough.
Was it that bad?
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Oh, well, we're still streaming, so now it got even worse. Fuck you, Ben. I hate you.